What if your current reality isn't solid at all? What if it's just a stubborn echo of a feeling you chose long ago? You've been taught to look outside of yourself for a sign, for permission, for a miracle. You've been told to fight for change, but that is the great sleep. You cannot change a reflection by struggling with the mirror. There is a hidden truth, a law of your own being that, once you truly hear it, will change everything. The power is not out there. It is your own wonderful human imagination, and it does not respond to what you want. It responds to who you are. Listen to this message until the end, because the person who starts this journey will not be the person who finishes it. You are about to remember the power you were born with, the power to select and command your reality, not from the outside, but from within. Feel this, right now. There is a power sleeping within you, not a potential, not a maybe, but an operant power that has been waiting for you to simply turn your attention inward. You have felt it in moments of profound certainty, in flashes of intuition that prove true. You are here, listening to these words, because a deeper part of you knows that what you have been told about reality is a shadow play. This is not another motivational speech. These are not empty words. Think of them as echoes of a truth you already possess, codes of activation, for a power that is, and always has been, yours. The world you perceive is not the cause, it is the effect. And today, you awaken to the cause. You awaken to the real you, the I am that sleeps in every man and woman, waiting for recognition. This isn't something you acquire. It is something you become aware of. It is the hidden truth, and it is hidden no more. For you, the time is now. This very moment is the door. Listen, and I mean truly listen. Block out the noise of the world for a moment. The world of facts, of evidence, of what they call reality. That world is a wonderful servant, but a tyrannical master. It has trained you to look outside of yourself for everything, for permission, for validation, for power. It has taught you to beg, to hope, to wish, but all the while the kingdom of heaven has been within you. All power, all causation, all reality resides in your own wonderful human imagination. This is the secret the mystics knew. This is a revelation that changes everything. You are not a puppet of fate. You are not a product of your circumstances. You are the producer, the director, and the star of your own divine drama. Your life, as it is right now, is the result of past imaginal acts, and your life, as it will be, is being formed by the imaginal acts you are performing right now. You are the creative power. You are the source. There is no other. Here's what changes everything. Your imagination is not a simple faculty for fantasy. It is not an escape. Your imagination is reality. It is the one and only reality. The eternal body of man is the imagination, and that is God himself. What you see with your physical eyes is a delayed three-dimensional reflection of what you have already constructed in your inner world. That is the truth. So let it sink in. The job you want, the love you seek, the health you desire, they are not out there to be chased. They are in here, as imaginal states, waiting to be selected, waiting for you to assume the feeling of their reality, to live in that state, to feel it as true. When you truly grasp this, the frantic search outside of yourself ceases. You stop trying to change the world and you begin to change the assumption from which you view the world. You go to the cause. You go to your own consciousness. This is why these are not just words. They are activation codes for your consciousness. Because to know this intellectually is one thing, but to feel it as your reality is to wield the operant power of the universe. Most are sleepwalking, reacting to the world of shadows, completely unaware that they themselves are casting them. They are trapped by their own assumptions, living in states they unconsciously selected long ago, but not you, not anymore. The moment you accept that your consciousness is the only reality, you are freed from the tyranny of second causes. You no longer give power to people, to conditions, to the past. You understand that these are all just projections on the screen of space, emanating from the one and only source. Your inner state, the feeling you hold within. That is the secret. Feeling is the key that unlocks and creates worlds. You are not a body with a consciousness. You are consciousness, and you currently wear a body, but that's only the surface. Knowing that this power exists within you is the first great step. It is the awakening from a long slumber. But a power unguided is chaos. This latent power, your own imagination, operates by a law, a divine syntax. It responds not to wishful thinking but to a firm assumption. It listens not to your pleas but to your declarations. Understanding this distinction is the difference between a life of fruitless hoping and a life of deliberate, conscious creation. You must learn the language of your own inner world. You must learn how to command this creative force with feeling and with certainty. And this brings us to a profound secret, a vibrational chasm that separates those who ask from those who already are. It is the fundamental difference between begging for a reality and decreeing one. Now we go deeper. Now go deeper. For your entire life, you have been taught to ask, to pray to something outside of yourself, to hope for a future event. This is the great slumber. When you ask, you are screaming into the void that you do not have. You are cementing the reality of lack. It is a vibrational statement of absence. Think of it, the feeling of asking is one of emptiness, of longing, and the universe, which is only your deepest self, faithfully and impersonally gives you more of what you are conscious of being, so it gives you more longing, more emptiness. This is the mental program that has been imposed upon you, the subtle chains that keep you locked in a cycle of seeking and never finding. It is the illusion of a separate God, a distant power you must supplicate. But the power was never distant. It was never separate. To break free, you must first see the cage, and the cage is built with the word please. Here is what changes everything. You must stop asking and start decreeing. A decree is not a request. It is a declaration of what is. It is the source code of manifestation, the original, effortless language of the universe. When you decree, you are not hoping for a result. You are assuming a state of consciousness. You are stepping into the feeling of the wish fulfilled. You are not saying, I hope I will be wealthy. You are feeling, I am wealthy. Can you feel the shift? One is a plea from a beggar. The other is a statement from a king. Decreeing is the acceptance of your own divinity, your own creative power. It bypasses the conscious, doubting mind and impresses the truth of your assumption directly upon the subconscious, which is God. It is the ultimate act of faith, not in an external deity, but in the reality of your own imaginal act. You are not creating something new. You are selecting a reality that already exists. This is the law. Reality operates on vibration, on states of being. Asking vibrates with the frequency of lack. Decreeing vibrates with the frequency of abundance, of certainty, of being. The universe does not hear your words. It feels your state. It responds to the consciousness from which you operate. Are you conscious of being the person who is still seeking, or are you conscious of being the person who has already found? This is the only question that matters. The world rearranges itself around your assumption. When you assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled, you are emitting a powerful, silent signal that this new reality is now your home. You are vibrating in harmony with it. And by an infallible law, that which you are conscious of being must appear in your world. It has no choice. It is not a miracle. It is the law of your own being in operation. So you must break the chains of your old thinking. You must dare to feel what your senses denied. This is the great rebellion. To stand in the midst of lack and feel abundance. To stand in the midst of sickness and feel health. To stand in the midst of loneliness and feel beloved. This is what it means to decree. It is a conscious, deliberate act of inner revolution. You are no longer a victim of your world. You are its silent, unseen ruler. Every time you catch yourself slipping back into the old habit of asking, of wishing, of hoping, you must stop. And you must remember who you are. You are the operant power. You are the I am, and from that state of knowing, you declare what is now true for you. You decree your world into existence. This is not arrogance. It is the remembrance of your divine inheritance. But what is this world that you are decreeing upon? Where do these declarations go? This is not a simple matter of sending orders out into a void. The secret is far more intimate, more profound than that. The power of your decree comes from the shocking and liberating truth of your relationship with reality itself. For the world you see is not separate from you at all. It is not something you act upon from a distance. Here lies the greatest revelation, the one that, once truly understood, makes all things possible. Neville Goddard stated it plainly, a truth so vast it shatters every limitation you have ever accepted. The entire world is your consciousness pushed out. Now, let us dissolve that veil completely. Here is the third block, based on the topic reality as a projection of consciousness. Let this revelation wash over you. The entire world is your consciousness pushed out. It is not a metaphor. It is a literal, cosmic fact. Every person you meet, every circumstance you encounter, every joy and every sorrow, it is all you, pushed out. The world is a magnificent three-dimensional mirror, reflecting back to you the contents of your own consciousness. You have been trying to change the reflection by arguing with it, by fighting it, by trying to manipulate it. But you cannot change a reflection by touching the mirror. You must change the one who is being reflected. You must, change your inner self, your state of being. The moment you truly accept this, the blame, the resentment, the feeling of being a victim, it all dissolves. Because there is no one to blame, there is no other. There is only you, projecting your beliefs and assumptions onto the screen of space. Your reality is your autobiography, written in the language of feeling. Think of your daily life. The characters, the plot, the setting. It is all a projection of your inner conversations, your dominant assumptions. The person who annoys you is simply playing a part you have assigned them, a part that reflects a belief you hold within yourself. The opportunities that seem to elude you are not being withheld by an external force. They are simply absent from your consciousness, and so they cannot appear in your reflection. This is not a truth to cause guilt, but to grant ultimate freedom. For if you are the cause, then you can change the effect. You are the sole operant power in your universe. Nothing has power over you unless you give it power through your consciousness, through your attention, through your feeling. To change your world, you do not need to lift a finger. You need only to change your inner state. You must select a new feeling, a new assumption, and live from it. The world, being your perfect mirror, will have no choice but to conform. A power greater than the entire world resides within you, because you are that power. The world is the creation. You are the creator. Your awareness of being, your sense of I am, is God. It is the projector. The world is just the film being projected. You have been hypnotized by the film, believing it to be the cause, forgetting that you are the light and the substance behind it all. Feel this now. The entire universe, with all its galaxies and stars, is contained within your consciousness. It has no independent reality. Its power is borrowed from you. Its life is borrowed from you. When you reclaim this knowing, your relationship with reality is inverted. You no longer react to the world. The world reacts to you. You no longer seek for signs. You become the sign. Your unshakable inner state becomes the new cause, the new foundation upon which a new world must and will be built. And because of this, everything you could possibly desire already exists. It is not something you have to build from nothing. It exists now, as a potential reality, a completed state of consciousness. Infinite states are available to you in every moment: the state of being wealthy, the state of being healthy, the state of being loved. They are all finished, perfected rooms in the mansion of God, which is your imagination. Your only task is to choose the state you wish to occupy. You do this by assuming the feeling that you are already there. You enter the room in your imagination. You feel the reality of it. You sleep in that state. You live from that state. You are not trying to get something. You are simply consenting to be something you already are in a higher dimension of reality. Your assumption, if persisted in, will harden into fact. So you see, the world is your canvas. Your consciousness is the paint. But imagination alone, held as a fleeting daydream, is not enough. It is a silent film, a blueprint without a buildup. To give it life, to give it dimension, to command its appearance in your world of shadows, it must be decreed. It must be claimed with authority. Your imagination shows you what is possible, what already exists for you, but it is the firm, feeling-filled decree that acts as the signal, the command that impresses this imaginal reality onto your physical world. Thinking about what you want is only the first step. The universe, this quantum mirror, is waiting for your certainty. It is waiting for the clear signal that this reality is not just a wish, but a fact, that this state is the one you have now chosen to call home. Here is the fourth block, based on the topic, the importance of the decree for manifestation. And so we arrive at the very engine of creation. It is reiterated for a reason, for this is the point where most stumble and fall. Imagination alone is not enough. You can spend a lifetime painting beautiful portraits of a future you in your mind. But if you do not step into the painting and claim it as your present reality, it will forever remain a work of art, hanging on the gallery walls of your potential. It must be decreed. The decree is the act of occupying the masterpiece. It is the conscious decision to feel the reality of what you have imagined. It is the bridge of fire that you walk across, from the world of potential to the world of substance. Without the decree, your imagination is a king without a throne, a power without a command. The decree is the coronation. It is the moment you stop saying I want this and start feeling I am this. Your universe is a perfect quantum mirror. It has no judgment, no opinion. It does not give you what you deserve or what you have earned. Through struggle, it reflects, with flawless accuracy, who you are conscious of being. To simply think of what you want is to stand before the mirror and see a reflection of someone who is wanting. The mirror shows you more wanting. But to decree, to assume the state of the wish fulfilled, is to change the being who stands before the mirror. You embody a new self. You feel yourself to be the one who has, the one who is, and the mirror has no choice but to reflect this new truth. This is the clear signal that your subconscious mind, the universal creative medium, has been waiting for. A signal of being, not of wanting. A signal of arrival, not of journeying. Your decree is the command that says, this is who I am now. This is the foundation for achieving your goals with a speed that defies logic. The principle is simple. A decree, born of a deep inner feeling of certainty, collapses time. When you are asking or hoping, you are projecting your desire into the future. You create a time lag, a space between you and your good. But when you decree from the state of the wish fulfilled, you claim it in the eternal now. You are no longer on a journey towards your desire. You are standing at your destination, and you are allowing the world to catch up. Obstacles, from this perspective, are not blockages. They are simply the bridge of incidents, the natural unfolding of events that your own assumption has set into motion. They lose their power to intimidate you because you know the end. You have already lived it. You are already there. This is what it means to live in abundance. It is an inner state of knowing that all is already yours. So, do not treat this power lightly. To decree is to wield the creative force of God. It is to speak from the center of your being, from the I am that you are. It is the difference between a weak suggestion and a divine command. When you decree, you are not trying to convince the universe. You are informing it. You are announcing a change in occupancy. You are serving notice that the old state of lack and limitation is no longer your address. You now reside in the state of your fulfilled desire. You must feel this certainty in your bones. You must walk in the assumption that it is done. You must sleep in the feeling that it is true. This unwavering, silent inner conviction is the only true prayer. It is the prayer that is always answered because it is not a prayer of supplication, but a prayer of recognition. But this power of the decree is not a flat, single-dimensioned tool. It has depths. It has levels of potency and of consciousness. To decree from a place of simple desire is one thing. To decree from a place of absolute knowing is another. And to decree from a place where you and the desire are one, that is something else entirely. Neville Goddard himself only hinted at the deepest layers of this truth. There are 3 sacred levels to the power of the decree, each one taking you closer to the heart of God, closer to the source of all phenomena. These are not steps to be learned, but states to be entered. We now approach the inner sanctum, the core of this mystical teaching, the consciousness of I am, the sabbatical state, and finally, the Christ consciousness. We now enter the Holy of Holies. The first level of power is the consciousness of I am. These 2 words are the sacred name of God. They are your name. When you say I am, you are declaring the presence of God, the creative power of the universe, as your own being. The great secret is to attach this sacred name to the state you desire to embody. You do not say, I, John, am wealthy. You go deeper. You feel, I am wealthy. I am secure. I am loved. You are not just repeating words. You are clothing your awareness, the formless I am, in the feeling of the state desired. You are putting on a new garment of being. This is a profound act of divine appropriation. You are claiming your divine right to be what you choose to be. You are consciously directing the one and only creative power in existence. To feel I am is to feel God in action. The second level is the sabbatical state. This is the divine rest. After you have performed your imaginal act, after you have decreed your new reality and truly felt its substance within you, you must enter the Sabbath. It is a state of absolute stillness, a profound psychological rest in the certainty that it is finished. There is no more effort. There is no more anxiety. There is no looking for signs or wondering if it worked. To do so is to go back out into the desert. The Sabbath is the state of knowing it is done. Decreeing from this place is declaring what already is. You are not trying to make it happen. You are resting in the fact that it has already happened in the only true reality, which is your imagination. This state of non-effort, of serene confidence, is the most fertile ground for manifestation. It is the ultimate faith. You have planted the seed, and you do not dig it up to see if it is growing. You rest. To enter this sabbatical state is to feel a quiet thrill of accomplishment. It is a peace that passes all understanding, because it defies the evidence of your senses. The world may still show you the old reality, but you are not moved. You are indifferent, for you know it is just a shadow about to vanish. You have entered the promised land in consciousness, and you do not leave. This is the feeling of true power, not a loud, boisterous power, but a silent, unshakable knowing. It is the calm center of the storm. When you can maintain this inner rest, this mental Sabbath, despite any and all external chaos, the world must conform to your new assumption. You have given your desire the one thing it needs to be born into the world of form, your undisturbed belief in its unseen reality. You have entered the state of the wish fulfilled. The third and most advanced level is the Christ consciousness. Here, the final veil dissolves. It is no longer about you, the individual, imagining and decreeing a thing. At this level, you realize there is no separation between the thinker and the thought. You become the divine imagination in action. It is not you manifesting wealth. You are the consciousness of wealth. It is not you manifesting love. You are the consciousness of love. You and your Father are one. The imaginal act is no longer an act you perform, but an experience you are. The you who desires and the it that is desired merge into a single, unified state of being. You are not a human imagining being God. You are God, imagining being human. This is the great reversal, the ultimate awakening. And from this state, a decree does not change reality. It reveals it. You see with divine eyes that what you desired was always yours, an eternal part of your being that was simply veiled by your previous assumptions. The manifestation is not a creation, but a revelation. You do not bring it into being. You simply allow it to be seen. This is the highest truth. You are not acquiring anything new. You are simply returning to your natural state of abundance, of wholeness, of perfection. You are not manifesting, you are remembering who you have always been. There is nothing to achieve, only to accept. There is no power to seek, only to recognize, for you already are. You have always been, and you will always be all that you desire to be. The old you is now just a memory. The shift has already occurred, inside. You are not manifesting something new. You are simply remembering the truth of who you have always been. What you feel now is the foundation of your new reality. Live from it. So I ask you, what magnificent assumption are you ready to decree as your I am? Declare it in the comments below. Let your feeling be your command. Subscribe to this channel and activate the notification bell, because your awakening is not an event, it is a journey inward. And if this message has ignited the fire of truth within you, do not stop here. The next revelation is waiting. Click on the video now and go deeper into your power.